Okay, coaches, we're going to talk you through some clips here. This is Georgia Military College and their 3-3-5 look defending some of the power bubble concepts out of both 10 personnel and empty personnel that you may see in the RPO game. And this is all detailed in the full-length study, thanks to Coach Manchester, defensive coordinator at GMC. In this look right here, he pulls the linebackers. They play with 2-4 techniques in a nose. You know, it really puts stress on the overhang defender. They got 3 over 3, so they're blocking 1 here, blocking 2 here. This player's going to bubble out here. The quarterback is going to read this apex player. You know, in the earlier part of the game, Coach Manchester told us he would just bounce this kid's feet just to get a read, whether it's run or pass. But as the game progressed, he just started telling him just to make sure he plays 3 and be aggressive. And you're going to see this here on the first clip where that running back is actually going out to account for that player. But this player works over the top of it, and he's able to play, or at least try to play, that bubble route. Number 2 gets blocked, he gets cut. It's a pretty good game. You know, I enjoyed watching this particular cut-up because you see how both very good offense and defensive staffs adjusted to each other. So this the receiver blocks number 1, this player blocks number 2, and as he's working over here, the running back is going to come and account for him. So Iowa Western, the offensive team, has numbers in this particular play. So now you have it again with that back wide. Okay, again, there's the power scheme where this player's pulling to block the front side backer. Here's the player in conflict. Okay, there's the bubble by number 3, but again, they're sending the back to go block that player. You see the quarterback hesitates a little bit to give that back some time to do it, and he's able to get the ball right to the bubble player. Get the player blocked on the ground here. And you got some yards on it. Now watch as this play continues to develop, or the game continues to develop with some of the similar concepts. 3-by-1 again. Georgia Military brings pressure off the edge. Again, they are a cover 3 team, Georgia Military, so they're going to handle any flat, which what they call their dog safeties, okay, out here. This player's dog is off the edge. And their bats, or their Sam and Wills, whatever you want to call it in your system, are the 2 kind of the last of the 3 inside linebackers. So here you go again. Now, what happens here is the quarterback's going to make the read. They're running the power scheme. Now he sees that player automatically go out with the tailback, and it becomes quarterback power. I'm going to show you from the back end how this fits in. You know, we're talking to Coach Manchester, the numbers advantage with this weak side bat, okay, working to wall anything to the flat to this side because this player's going. There will be a numbers advantage for Iowa Western here. So there's the double team, okay, right here on the nose, and here comes the pull-up block or the wall block by the backside guard. They're going to have a numbers advantage here, but a really good job by that nose pushing front side is able to cut that thing off. Now, the quarterback cuts it back. Okay, if this player does not make the tackle coming off the edge, you see the 4 technique, and he talked to us about this, Coach Manchester at Georgia Military. He talked to us a lot about playing that player in that 4 technique, so he's able to close on that B-gap. He's able to cross-face and close on that B-gap before the ball could cut back on the power gap scheme. And he's there to make the play. Albeit it's a few yards. You know, Iowa Western does a pretty good job getting it there. So now this is empty. Now, if you watch on empty, it's a 3 over 2 advantage. Georgia Military does not adjust. Okay, so they're running the power scheme. This is the player in question right now. Here's the bubble. There's nobody right now to handle that bubble. Quarterback gets it to the bubble. He's got blockers in front. It's good yardage. Now they're going to go back to it here. Okay, so now you got 3-by-2 again. Now that that bat is a little wider because he knows he's been getting bubbled with the power bubble game. Okay, so here comes the power again. You see that hard inside spike by that 4 technique player. Here's the post-snap read. There's the bubble player. He's reading, he sees it, he gets it out to him. Now it's just a matter of being physical with these players. They have to get off blocks. So it puts them in a bad spot where they have to get off blocks and make plays, and you got some yardage. Now again, watch how this develops. Okay, 3 over 2 to the bottom. There's a player in question again. There's the bubble angle. And they got yards again. 3/2 with a nub backside. Now this player's going, so the quarterback's automatically going to throw it to that bubble. Not a bad job getting off of the block by the high player. So now this is the adjustment. Okay, so now you see late in the game, they come out 3-2. Now, Coach Manchester told us he was just telling that bat to pull the rope. Now he becomes like the apex player. All right, so now he is now going to attack number 3 instead of reading it, which is going to take away the read from the quarterback, and they're just going to tighten up the box and play 5 in the box over here. Okay, so there's the bubble. I'm sure he needs to attack this a little harder. But you see what that does? It creates a little indecision now by the quarterback. You know, what he also did was tell that dog to line up outside number 2 to prevent it. So now there's no running lane for that bubble receiver. He's closing from outside in. He's closing from inside out. Now the quarterback has to make a decision on the RPO. He decides to run it. Does a good job cutting back, gets some yards, but now you have your quarterback run the football, which some defenses will prefer in most cases. So you see for the end zone shot, there's the spike by that 4 technique. He's going to cancel that gap right now. There's a double team on that nose. Here comes the wrap by the guard on the Q power. This player has to be a factor now for the backside cutback, especially since this player gets turned out by that tackle. You know, he shows up a little late, and he's able to get the slot, at least try to get a little piece of him. Okay, so you got 3-1 now to the bottom of the screen. They're sending the blitz, but you see the differences now. They're playing more of a 2-high look, but number 3 is there. So in this RPO game, it's going to turn into man coverage. It just becomes a matter of matching numbers. That was more of a stick draw concept. But you see how Georgia Military was able to adjust to those bubble concepts by just getting another player out there. So now once that adjustment's been made, that dog is now able to play outside leverage on number 2, especially in a stack receiver here. He could attack that thing outside in, which allows this player now, the bat, to play that bubble. And again, when you have a deep safety over the top, especially in cover 3 structures, it's going to help you. So here's the quarterback. He's waiting. He's seeing that player maybe gaining depth or staying on the same path. He's going to get the ball to the bubble. But you see a great job by that dog fighting outside in. That's going to give him the ability to come inside out. See right there, gets him to cut back. Okay, and here comes this player right here. Again, it's just open field tackling at this point. You get a bunch of players running things down. It's going to help you. You know, really light box here. There's a 4-player box, but you know, you got to make sacrifices at some point. This last one I want to show you, this is going to be the run portion of it. Okay, so now the quarterback's going to tuck it. I just want to show you that if you're playing your gaps the right way, even against empty, you could be successful. So right now you're going to see this 4 technique to the front. He's going to take this gap right now. Okay, the nose is going to draw 2. This player should be working now. That's going to force the play a little bit wider. Okay, so that player is going to come wider outside in. Here comes the Mike. He's able to take that thing outside in. Here comes this apex player, and they're able to get a 2-on-1 vice tackle with the quarterback outside in. Okay, there it is. And again, out of 10 personnel, this might be 11 personnel with a nub backside. They were trying to send that running back on number 3 to block him. He's seen it enough of times at this point. He's fast downhill, and he's able to get involved in this play.